Hey everyone, it's been a while, but I'm back with a new recipe video. I just got the results from this year's Mead Stampede, and my Bananas Foster inspired mead took home a first place medal. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how I made it from start to finish, and teach you how to maximize banana flavor in your own meads. Let's do this. I want to start out by saying that I did not create this recipe for getting good banana flavor. The inspiration started with Carlos from Texas Longhouse Mead in a video he put out about 5 years ago where he tested 3 different ways of using bananas in mead. Jane took that advice and said, what about all 3 at the same time? And came up with this. Well, I didn't follow this to a T. The basics are boil and steep the bananas and use the liquid as your brewing water. Use more bananas in primary and add even more bananas in secondary. You'll treat the primary bananas with an alpha amylase enzyme to convert some of the starch to sugars, and also skip the peels. From that process, I developed this recipe for 3 gallons of Bananas Foster mead. So yes, there's a lot of ingredients here, so let me point out a few things, and we'll also walk through them in the process video. The 2 gallons of banana water is made from boiling 4 pounds of bananas in 2 gallons of water. You'll have water boil off, and some get absorbed by the bananas, so I just topped off the water to 2 gallons before adding any other ingredients in the fermenter. This uses an absolute ton of bananas. You'll need 8 pounds of bananas for primary, since the boiled bananas are separate from the primary bananas, and then another 6.25 pounds of bananas in secondary for a total of 14.25 pounds. That weight is from after peeling them, so this uses like 2/3 to 3/4 of a case of bananas. Even though this won gold, judge feedback can still be useful to improve on some things. A few key points from them is that it could have used a touch of acid. The cinnamon wasn't strong enough, and while one of them enjoyed the added complexity of rum, it did add to the alcohol burn. I have to agree on the cinnamon part, and might either steep those longer or use more next time. Use your own judgment. Bench trial acid additions. This does finish rather sweet, so you might find acid enhances it. Personally, I like the kind of rummy finish, but you could cut it to 8 ounces or less if you want to reduce the alcohol heat. It's important to note that these pieces of feedback are from multiple separate judges. They didn't all note the same things, so I like keeping judge feedback in mind for ideas, but ultimately you're making mead for your own preferences. I wanted to include their feedback so you can tweak this as you see fit to your own tastes. So we start out by cutting up and weighing out the bananas. I froze them in 1-gallon bags and found that 4 pounds of cut bananas fits nicely in a 1-gallon freezer bag. Thaw them with pectic enzyme as usual the day before you want to start brewing, and also add alpha amylase to the 4 pounds going in primary. I apologize, but my counters are really high and my tripod did not raise my camera high enough to actually get good footage of this, so here's just the side of the pot. So I boiled the 4 pounds of bananas in 2 gallons of water for about a half hour, then I let them steep and cool for about 6 hours. While those were steeping, I Bochet'd the clover honey in my instant pot on the slow cook setting, also for 6 hours, so the timelines line up, so you can Bochet the honey while the bananas are steeping. After 6 hours, I dumped the banana water into a brew bag lined fermenter in order to strain the banana solids out. If you have a hook or another way of hanging the bag over the fermenter, you could sparge this. I don't have anything like that, so I just drained it as best I could and topped it off with cool water. I only measured 5 bricks here, but I think Jane's measurement came out a little bit higher than that, so you can adjust the honey to get your desired starting gravity from here. Mead Tools is fantastic for helping calculate that, so as always the link is in the description for this recipe. After that, I poured in my Bochet honey and stirred that up, and then added the OptiWhite. Then I lay in the fermenter again with the clean up brew bag in order to dump the enzyme and amylase treated bananas. I used weights and magnets to hold this under the surface, then I pitched my rehydrated 71B, sealed it up, and let it sit until signs of fermentation were noticeable. Over the next 3 days, I added nutrients as calculated by Mead Tools. When fermentation was finished, I racked it into a 4-gallon secondary container with stabilizers and Amberana spiral. And then 24 hours later, I poured in 2.5 pounds of meadowfoam honey that was Bochet'd on slow cook for about 4 hours, along with 3/4 pound of brown sugar. I added the brown sugar to the slow cooker as well to get a little caramelization on that. Then I lined the container with yet another brew bag and added the 6.25 pounds of bananas, 6 vanilla beans, and 3 cinnamon sticks. I also added the 12 ounces of Meyer's dark rum here. I let it steep like this for about 10 days. You can probably go a little longer if you want a stronger cinnamon and vanilla flavor, but 10 days was what I decided. And so after that, I racked it into a carboy to clear, and then I put it in bottles. as typical for me, I love doing up my bottles with a label and PVC shrink wrap. Not required, but part of the process for me. All right, so I'm here with my friend Hadley.
Hello.
And we are going to try this Bananas Foster's Mead.
Hell yeah.
Or Bochet, which is made with caramelized honey, as you saw in the process.
As the bananas are caramelized and caramelized.
Yeah. We're doing this before I've edited or made any of the last video, and this was made in February. It's now June.
It's aged to perfection.
It could maybe use a little bit more. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes like 6 months to a year is good. But basically, we might repeat information that you've already heard because I haven't made the first part yet. Anyway.
Okay.
Also, Hadley made a Bananas Foster.
Don't show them.
To go along with this. I've never actually had Bananas Foster.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so we'll see how this taste compares. Do you know the origin of Bananas Foster?
There was a foster parent.
And they had a lot of bananas. It's a really touching story, actually. Yeah, and those bananas, they had too many. They had to cook some. No.
Okay.
It's from New Orleans at a restaurant called Brennan's. It is the recipe of adapted from a grandmother brought into the restaurant. And it's kind of like the common folklore of like, they had too many bananas and we don't know what to do with bananas. But that's never been really super like, yeah, that's what happened. But it's mostly like, and that's where it originated, in New Orleans. And
okay.
Yeah.
So what do you want to try first, the mead or the Bananas Foster?
Well, the Bananas Foster's melting a little bit. We could do it side by side.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, let's.
Bananas. Oh, usually I hold this up.
Ooh. Okay. So the light hits it?
Usually just so it's like against like a white background so you can kind of see it
then
pouring.
You can zoom in on it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Poured too much. I forgot. I'm not pouring for one.
That's fine.
This is a kind of a... It's so thick in like body.
Yeah. With bananas.
Yeah. So
what did you...
Here, let me...
That's fine.
No, let me even this.
Oh, okay. Ooh, a glass to glass pour. Let's see how he does it, folks.
I don't think I've spilled anything in this video yet, so like it's about time. That's
impressed.
Pretty good though.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and give it a sniff.
Yeah, there's definitely banana on the nose.
And
you can
get the
smell
aromas from the
vanilla
Foster.
ice cream and the heavy caramelization on those bananas.
Okay, no, I do want to try a bite of this first.
Oh yeah, okay.
The vanilla ice cream certainly melted.
It was well. It did come in a car, and then and then the Bananas Foster was hot. Okay, the caramelization didn't go crazy on that. Yeah. So you should hit like those notes, those brown sugar, caramel. There's usually like a little bit of cinnamon, which is what I put in here, and then salt, banana. It's
There's
really
cinnamon in the mead too.
Fantastic, and then butter, obviously.
Fortunately, that is like the one thing that is not in here because spoiling.
Is there any vanilla in it?
There is vanilla.
Yes, because that would be good for the a la mode of the.
There's bananas. There's cinnamon. There's vanilla. There's caramelized honey.
Fantastic.
And I believe there's actually brown sugar.
Nice.
And there's dark rum.
There it is. Okay.
So it's most things. And then it rested on an amberana spiral, which is kind of a wood that has cinnamon type notes.
Ooh.
And kind of bready notes almost.
Okay.
Like toast kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. So anyway, let's give it a try.
The banana comes through immediately.
I feel like that hits that flavor.
Like,
almost
honestly,
spot on.
That's very good.
It might be because I still have those flavors in my mouth, and maybe that wasn't a great idea to taste that first.
No, it definitely hits. I get the cinnamon on the back end, and the banana's really forefront.
That's so good, though.
Excellent.
I love this one.
Spectacular. This is Very good. No, you got Bananas Foster in that. Absolutely, 100%.
From the Bananas Foster chef herself.
Yes, it's me.
the banana.
The Bananas Foster chef. You may call me the reincarnation.
I meant the
of Owen
person who
Brennan.
made. Okay.
I'm gonna go back down to New Orleans, back to my restaurant that still exists. But so the caramelization of the honey, did you caramelize it yourself?
I did.
Here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Were you like low and slow, or were you more like, what was the process for that?
Yeah, I actually put it in a slow cooker.
Nice. Okay.
For, I want to say it was, I don't remember how many hours it was. I will know when it's, you guys watching this will have already seen how many hours it was, because I'll have it in my notes, and when I'm editing, it'll be in there.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 4 hours though.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Slow cook. Now that my palate's cleared and this has been resting a little bit, I'm gonna try it again. I love that mouthfeel.
It is so smooth.
Very silky.
Oh my gosh. Smoother than a banana. Oh, and I also just love the color on this.
Oh yeah.
It really hits a beaut. Like, it's just gorgeous there.
I'm not sure how the lighting looks in this. We have an open window. The sun is setting out that direction, and then some like really weak lights in here. So
okay, so yeah, because you got that really nice yellow.
Hopefully that comes through.
Like, it's a good yellow, and you kind of, it's like that golden hint that gives you that kind of caramel feel to it.
Anyway, I think that's all I got for this video. Unless you have anything else you want to say.
No, I love Bananas Foster. It's like my favorite thing.
This is one of my favorite meads.
This is honestly, I think, my favorite mead that you've made so far.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
All right, peace.